On my last session, I was on a huge reservoir. Today, I'm on a canal. The common denominator, though, is the species. It's the perch. I caught a few on the reservoir, some good ones as well. Today, I'm on a different approach, which is jigging, mini jigging to be precise, because it's a 1 gram jig head and a small minnow. Let's cast out and see how this short session goes. A few casts in. It's not a big fish by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fish. And that means that I'm not a blanker. It's a great way of fishing. And for me, especially the mini jigging approach, which is finesse at its best. And don't be fooled into thinking a small bait only catches small fish, because I've had some really nice perch over the years that I've been doing this. Plus, of course, you get pike, chub, as expected, but also you'll catch rudd, bream, roach from time to time, rough. I've had a few rough as well, by design. Although I fished a slightly different approach with an insect pattern, or crayfish pattern on the deck, just pulling it along slowly. It's a fantastic way of spending an hour, though, if time is tight, because we all like to go fishing as anglers, but we can't all spend 5 or 6 hours a day at the water's edge. So this approach is fishing very light indeed. This morning I've got a small unhooking mat, a landing net that folds down. My rod is already made up with a Velcro band around it, so I can put that together within seconds really of arriving at the water's edge. And I've got a small bag on my back over my shoulder there. It's a sort of approach that you can do on the way to work. Although I'm off this morning, I could be doing this now on the way, or on the way back, especially now with the nights quite short, so it doesn't get dark till late. On the way back from work, pop off on a canal, stream, or shortly a river, or whatever it is when they open up on June the 16th, and do a little bit of fishing. I'll only be here this morning for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. It's a local stretch of canal for me, so it doesn't take up too much time. You need local waters if you fish a lot like I do. You need local waters, because if I've only got an hour or 2 hours, and that includes travelling as well, you want to keep that down to a minimum and spend as much time as you can with a bait in the water. Fortunately, well, I'm sure all of us, or vast majority of us, have some sort of local water. Fortunately, I do. I've got one on here. I think I'll need the net for this. Not that it's necessarily big, but they do have a habit of coming off with the lure. Often they just nick the edge of the mouth, and that's happened there in the net. The fish has slipped the hook. So a wise move there. Don't think you only need a landing net because it's a big fish. That's what it took, and there's the fish itself. Another small perch. I'll tell you what though, they're all great and they're all very welcome indeed. Another perch, and this time the hook is intact. This will be my last cast now. The sun's come up. Quite a chilly start to the day, but when the sun does pop its head over the horizon, well, it's a different ball game altogether. I've enjoyed my short visit to the canal this morning. Nothing big, but I've had perch. Did I say my last cast? This will be my last one. It really will. I've had perch, and especially on the right gear like I'm fishing with now, even the small ones, you certainly know when you've got an inquiry on the lure. They snatch at it, you can feel everything because I'm fishing with braid right the way through, and you actually get quite a decent fight as well. It's good all round. Get them on the net, in the net, on the bank, and get your little photo or whatever you do. In my case, for my blog, that's what I do now. Look, break down the rod and then get the hook, put that over there, tighten that up, and I've got the Velcro band in my pocket ready to go. I need some more of these, I think. I've had them years. They're well used. I use them a lot. They're starting to corrode a bit. Just wrap it round a few times and I'm ready to go for my next session, which will be tomorrow. Not sure what I'll be fishing for yet, but I'll be out tomorrow. In the meantime though, like everyone else, I've got things to do in my life and I've got to get home and crack on with those.